What Ayub never mentions is it wasn't just Rocky. There was 3 of them that arrived at the airport that day. It was Rocky, it was Ayub, and it was LK, also known as Stabber. It's his nickname. And they were all in the car at the airport. So where did that guy go? Unless 2 of them were up at the Airbnb waiting, and Ayub went to pick up his friends, Lucy, Brandon. So everything I'm telling you, the family do know, yes. So then we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened once we got to the Airbnb. I will tell you about what happened the next day though. So we have this that come on, I've always spoke about this because I've always believed this is absolutely vital information. This that was posted on Facebook that shows on the morning, the car that Jay was in arrived between 6 a.m. He arrived back at the Airbnb at Masca. And on 7 o'clock, an hour after Jay got there with his friends, a second vehicle arrives. It parks outside for half an hour before leaving. Okay? I believe Jay was in that car that left. I have no evidence of this. And we know that when we started talking about this second car, Ayub then goes back to the press and says, nah, a man and woman knocked on my door. They stopped their car and asked me to move my car. And that's what was going on. And that took half an hour, apparently. He said they look like characters from The Hills Have Eyes, like he had a wheelbarrow with him. So if someone's asked you to move your car and he's got a wheelbarrow, why has he got a fucking car? Unless he's set like his wheelbarrow in his car. Like, none of it made any sense. He kept changing the story, okay? So that leads you to believe that Ayub, who only booked that Airbnb after he got to Tenerife and then went back there a couple hours later, needed that at the last minute. He needed someone out in the mountains to do an exchange of Jay Slater, because Ayub, and we've seen this and I've been tracking him through where he travels, always stays in 5-star resorts, always stays with pools, always stays where he's got women all over him around him in bikini, always drinking the best alcohol. He don't stay in no rattly little place in the Masca Mountains. He's not some kind of farm country boy. He ain't yodeling out in the fucking mountains. There was no chance he woke up and was out the window going yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. No way. He literally goes to party places where there's kids and young people, where his business takes place, whatever he wants to do, drugs, fruit and vegetables, whatever your fucking thing is this week, I don't know. He does not stay in little Masca, cute little mountain places with his friends. He just doesn't. So that leads you to believe that there is someone else who may have picked Jay Slater up from this place. So what happens next? This, in a minute, we'll talk about allegedly stuff of what I think has happened. I'm going to give you facts for now. The second day, the first day Jay's missing, right? We've heard Lucy's story about how she's tracked Jay's phone, she's gone up into the mountains, she's recognised some flower beds and thought, this is where he is. I see those. I would know petunias anywhere. That's what Lucy expects us to believe, right? Because she looks like she works in some kind of green space. That's not happened. The next day, this is from Brad as well, straight from Brad. Lucy and Brandon arrive back at the hotel and they say to Brad, Jay's missing, we need to go look for him. And they say to Brandon, there's 2, let me just get a few. So Brandon and Lucy come and say, Jay's lost. Brad wants to go up and look with them. They say, no, you can't come. They go off looking. And there is pictures of them in a car with Ayub and Rocky looking for Jay. Okay, because they've taken pictures out the front of their car looking at a police car who's also looking for Jay. So they're out there. Then they come back later on, Lucy and Brandon, and they say, we need to look for Jay again, but you can't come with us. And Brad's like, in case he comes back here, he figures like, I've got to wait here. They still haven't alerted anyone back home, Jay's mum or anything, but Lucy's mum already knows. Like I said, Katie, if you don't believe me, you don't have to. I'm not going to put out sources or whatever. I'm going to give you what I have. That's it. And by the way, anyone in here that doesn't want to be in here, you don't have to be. Is this info on YouTube, the truth or so? I haven't seen that, Annie. I don't really watch any other content creators. All of this I'm getting from people I've spoke to or voice notes I've heard, conversations I've seen. Like, this is stuff I'm putting out, which is dangerous for me to put out, but I'm going to put it out anyway. So on the third time when they come back and they need to find Jay and they're getting to the stage where they need to alert someone that Jay's missing, they say to Brad, you've got to come with us now. You've got to come and help us search because we need to make a police report like we've just lost Jay. And Brad says at that stage, he says, no, I'm not going. There's something too weird going on here, which I don't believe fully because he already said he'd had an amazing feeling, a weird feeling the night before. Sorry, someone's called amazing. A weird feeling the night before that something had happened. And I believe something happened already to Jay in that car where it already became a situation where it wasn't going to go well. And that's why he's like, I'm getting out. So that's what we know about that. Then we know that Lucy obviously starts getting her story wrong. 1 minute's incoming call, 1 minute's outgoing call. Brad is all over the fucking place or he's nowhere at all to be seen. Brandon is a massive key here because who's in Brandon? It's like he never existed. And even Ayub said on his live, I will answer any question about anything, but I will not answer anything about Brandon. Why? Why is Brandon the one prodigal son we can't talk about? Why no statement? The only statement we ever heard from Brandon was his mum saying, leave my boy alone. Makes no sense for him, hence myself. Yeah.
Bro, Brandon is upset what happened to his friend. He's keeping his head down. Like, everyone just needs to relax. Like,
Number 2, there's a guy going around who's going to be interviewing Ayub. Now, I'm interested in to see what's actually going to be disclosed here. Let's not forget, when they did this whole rug bust, Operation Kraken, they advised multiple ghost phones and cryptocurrencies were found, and a lot of this is through Telegram. Let's not forget, when Ayub was on live stream, he tried to encourage people to invest their money in cryptocurrency via a Telegram platform. Now, I'm not entirely sure if what he's going to say is going to be credible. Let's not forget, he spun a web of lies as well. He advised heavy detail, for example, when they went to the Airbnb, it went Ayub, Jay, and then his friend. And that Jay asked for a Camel cigarette, and he gave him a blanket, and he also gave him a towel to have a shower. And he saw him in the wing mirror of a car when he got asked to move the car, and that Jay was wearing trainers. So he has spun a narrative as well. So I'm not entirely sure how credible this information he's going to give is reliable.
did you know the group of friends? Of course I did. Like, how else would I be around? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we was doing our own things, by the way. Like, we weren't out together, because I don't listen to like that music that they were playing in our G. Do you know what I mean? It's not my thing. We went somewhere else. Someone said, "Where's the blanket?" On the sofa where he left it. How was someone already asleep? Well, no, he asked me for the charger, but his mate. Well, my mate was sleeping. Well, no, he asked me for the charger, but his mate. Well, my mate was sleeping. Well, no, he asked me for the charger, but his mate. Well, my mate was sleeping. Rocky, like, I don't even have to say.
Yeah, I was.
You're here now. Like,
well, I was lit that night. I got drunk. I was sleeping in the car. Who was lit?
Outside.
From the street. From my,
Outside, bro.